Hello everyone, you are welcome to this class. So in this class, we want to continue from where we stopped. We stopped at areas of plane shapes. So today we want to look at another concept entirely, and that is solid shapes, which also refers to as 3D shapes. So we want to look at the identification of these shapes and finding their properties. So those are the things we're going to look at in this video. So the objectives for this video are this. So we want to identify common 3D shapes that we have and want to describe the properties of the 3D shapes, including faces, edges, and vertices. I'll explain that by the time we start. Then we want to differentiate between 2D and 3D shapes. So that is what we have for this class. So what is a 3D shape? So what is a 3D shape? So let's start by thinking about the shapes we see around us. So for example, you see so many shapes around you. You see your table, you see sometimes you see some boxes. You have some cylinder in your house, gas of cylinder, you have it in your house. All these things are 3D shapes. So if you draw, I said, can you draw a square on a piece of paper? So if you draw here, if you draw, if we should draw a square here, so let's draw a square here. So if we have this on, so this square that I drew now is a 2D shape and is flat and has only two dimensions, which is length and breadth. So, but when we talk about 3D shapes, it must going to have three dimensions. But this has how many dimensions? Two. So that is why it is called what? 2D shapes. Then for the 3D, for 3D, so let's now imagine a box. A box we have a length, it will have a width, and also going to have a depth. Let's say for instance, we have if you look at this, you look at this shape now. You look at this shape, so it has length, it has width, and let me look at this one. So look at this one here. So this one is not flat shape because it has length, it has breadth, and also has the thick. So the its thickness here is the width. So the length is there and the height is also there. I hope this is very clear. So a bus is a 3D shape because it has length, width, and also have what? Depth, which is what? Thickness. Then 3D shapes are solid and occupy what space. Just like when you look at this bottle. So this bottle is a 3D shape because it has a space that we can put something inside. You understand? So that's why it's a 3D shape. It has a space or it occupies what is space. You can put either we put water inside it or some other things inside this shape. So that's why it is 3D. It has 3D, three dimensions. So the next one is let's now look at properties of 3D shapes. So when it comes to properties of 3D shapes, what we are going to be looking at, we're going to be looking at faces. So how many faces does this have? How many edges? How many vertices? So what is the meaning of all this? So the meaning of face, a face is a flat surface, just like this keyboard that we have there. So the face of this one, this is a face here, this is another face, here is another face, here is another face, and we have another face here. All right. So faces are the flat surface. Faces are the flat surfaces of a 3D shape. So that is that on that one. Then edges. Edges are where two faces meet. Edges. An edge is a line. An edge is a line where two faces meet. If you look at this line here is an edge. This is a face and this is a face. This face and this face, they are meeting at this face to form this line. This is another edge. This is another edge. Here is another one. Here is another one. Here is one. Here is another one. Here is another one. So edges. This is what refers to as what? Edges. Then vertices. Vertices are where two, three or more edges meet. Where three or more what? Edges meet. So this is an edge here, this is another edge here, so this is an edge here, this one here, and this another one here. So these three edges, they are meeting at this point here. So this is a vertex. The plural of vertex is what we call vertices. So vertex is written in this form. This is a vertex. So this is a vertex. So the its plural is what? Is vertices. I hope this is clear. All right. Then base. Base is where you are putting it on the ground. So the bottom flat surface of a shape is base. So this is the base of this one. If that is placed, I want to put it on the floor. Exactly. So that is that. So we're now going to be looking at this shape one after the other to explain them. The first one we have here is a cube. So this is a cube. From what you can see here, this cube, you notice that this cube, uh, this is a cube. When we open it, we're going to have this. That is its net. The net of the cube is this. So uh, if you open it, you're going to see that we have six faces. Six faces, and each of the face is in form of a square. But I'll show you one here now. I have one here. This is it here. If you look at this, if I should close this now, look at this. Let me close it. This is a cube. All right, this is a cube. Now, when it is cut open, this is what you're going to see. You're going to have this. So this is one, two, three. Then one, two, three, making six. So by the time we close it this way, by the time we close it, let's close it like this. It's going to form what? A cube here. So you notice that each of these is what is in form of what? It's in form of a square. Each of the face is a square. So that's why we have it to be. It has six square faces. Then edges. When it comes to its edges, look at what we have. This is it. This is the cube. Now, if you look at this now, this is the cube. How many edges can we find in this? So let's count. So this. We have four here. So since we have four at the top here, we're going to have four at the bottom as well. So that is eight. Then one here, one here, one here, one. That is four. Plus eight, that gives us 12. So that means it has 12 edges. It has what? 12 edges. Then vertices. So this is a vertex, another one, another one, another one. And we have four at the bottom, making what? Eight what? Vertices. It has eight vertices. Is that clear? So move to the next one. And the next one, uh, which is a cuboid. So cuboid, there's not much difference between a cube and a cuboid. So the difference you have there is just that in a cuboid, the faces are rectangular. The faces are what? Rectangular. So that's why you can see that it has six rectangular what? Faces. It has six rectangular faces. So unlike that of a square, which has six square faces, you can see that it has 12 edges and also has eight what? Vertices. So that is just the difference we have between a cube and a what? A cuboid. So they have the same number of edges and they also have the same number of vertices. They also have the same number of faces, but what makes them different is that a cube has square faces, while a cuboid has what? Rectangular what? Faces. I hope this is very clear to you. Then move to the next one. Is sphere. A sphere. So a sphere is a solid that looks like a ball. It's not a circle. There's a difference between a sphere and a circle. So a sphere is like a ball. So when you have a ball, I don't have one here. I've shown you that. So a square is like a ball. So as you can see here, when you cut it, this is how it's going to. Just like your orange. Orange is a sphere, right? So your orange is a sphere. So it has no the face it has a continuously curved surface. It has no face. It's a continually curved surface. It has a continually curved surface. Then no edge. That's no edge. No vertex. That's no vertex. So that is what we have under sphere. All this is clear. So the next one we have here is um, cylinder. So cylinder is common. So from this is the cylinder we have here. So this cylinder here, you can see cylinder is like I'll be going to look at some things. So cylinder, this is cylinder. So for what you can notice here is that it has circular faces. This face here is in form of circle. So that is the base. So the base and the top are the same. So two circular faces, then the curved parts. Now, under the curved parts, but I will looking at a total surface area of keyboards. So there are some things I'm going to show you there. So it has two circular faces and one curved surface. One curved surface, not faces. So this place is a surface. All right, it's a surface, not faces. So this a face, God is flat, but this place is curved. That's why we call this a curved surface. Then it has two curved edges. So this is an edge because this face, this surface and this face are meeting at this place. So this is an edge, this is an edge. So then it has no vertex. So no vertex under this one as well. The next one is so let's look at the next one. Pyramid. Now let's now look at pyramid. That's another concept under this. So when we talk about pyramid, so a pyramid is a solid figure which has a polygon as its base. This is just an example is just what you can see here is Egyptian pyramid. This is what refers to as pyramid. Now pyramid, now we are going to write the name of pyramid according to the base, the shape of its base. Just like what we have there. Look at this shape here. This one here is a pyramid, but the base is what? Is in form of what? Rectangle. So we want to name this one. This is going to give us what? A rectangular base what? Pyramid. So rectangular pyramid. I hope that is clear. So what you are going to notice on that pyramid is that the base and the top are not the same, and the sides will always be triangle. All right, the side will always what? Be triangle. So this I've talked about that one. Then so on the pyramid, we then have different kind of pyramid. We have different types of pyramid. So we have triangular pyramid. We have square base pyramid. We have rectangular pyramid. We have pentagonal pyramid. We have hexagonal pyramid. So all these are very important. So if you look at the triangular pyramid, so triangular pyramid is also known as a tetrahedron. Tetrahedron. So this one is also known as tetrahedron. So this one is tetrahedron. Tetrahedron. So triangular pyramid has tetrahedron means four faces. A shape that has four faces. Four faces. I hope this is clear. So that is that. Then square. So we can under the triangular pyramid. I think I have that one. Have it here. Oh, it's not here. So how many faces? It has three faces, four faces. So this is one here, this is one beside and the one at the back making three, then the one at the bottom making it four. Then vertices, this is one, two, three, four. Then edges. So we have one here, one here, one here, that is three, then three at the bottom making six edges. Then for the square uh, square pyramid or and rectangular, but they have the same properties. So this for this one now, what you can see is this. So what you're going to notice is that for me, so they have the same thing. So the faces will be this is one, then two, three, four, five. That's five faces. That's five faces. Out of the faces, four of them are triangular what faces. Four of them are triangular what faces. Why one is what? It's a rectangular face. Then vertices. The number of vertices is also five. This is 1 year, 1 year, 1 year, one. That is 4. Then plus I'm making 5. Then edges 1, 2, 3, 4. That is 4. Then here 1, 2, 3, 4. Making how many? 8 edges. So the same thing with rectangular pyramid. Then we also have pentagonal pyramid. That is, pentagon has 5 sides. That the base of it is a pentagon. So we have 5 sides there. So because it has 5 sides there, so we are going to have 5 triangles beside it. So 5 triangle, that is 5. Then plus the one on that, making 6 faces. That's why we have 6 faces. Then its vertices will also be 6 as well. One at the top here, all right? One at the top here, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's why we have 6. Then edges, so it's going to be 10 because it's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, making 10 edges. So that is what we have under pentagonal uh, pyramid. Then under hexagonal pyramid here, hexagon, from the word hexagon, which is 6 sides. So if you look at the base, it has 6 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So then plus, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then plus the bottom, making it 7. So vertices will also be the same thing. Then edges will be 12. How? 6 below, then 6 beside, making 12 edges. So that is that. So we have plenty. So it depends on the polygon it has, the base. If its base has a octagonal base pyramid, you should be able to determine how many faces will that one be. So that's going to be 9 faces because eight you're going to have 8 beside, then 1 below, but 9 faces. Then vertices will also be 9. So 1 at the top, then 8 below. Then when it comes to edges, so since it's 8, we're going to have 8 here, 8 here, that will be 16. That will be 16 edges. So that is that on this one. I hope this is very clear to you. All right, move to the next one. The next one here is cone. Cone. So that is next one. Cone. Under cone, cone. When you open a cone, it's made up of a sector and a circle. A cone is made up of what? A sector of a circle. This is a sector. This one is a sector, and this is a circle. I don't want to bother you much on this. And by the time we are looking at surface area of this, you get understand it better. So it has one face, which is the circle, and one curved surface. So which means it has 2 faces. Then one curved edge, which is this part. Where is it? I have it here. Good. This is it here. This is a cone, right? This is a cone, just like your ice cream cone. Just like your ice cream cone. So this, it has this, right? So this is the circle here. You can see it has a space that can pour something inside. Then it has a curved part here. So we use circle to cover this place. So that is uh curve, one curved face. That's one face, then one curved surface. Then this will be at the edge of it. Then it has a vertex here. So that is what refers to as a cone here. Then that is all under the cone. Then the next one, which is uh, a prism. So this is another part of the topic, a prism. Now, what you should understand under pyramid that we discussed here is that under pyramid, so a cone is also a pyramid. But if you look at this, they look alike. So, but what type of pyramid is a cone? It's a circular pyramid, circular base pyramid. I hope that is clear. It's a circular base pyramid. Then let's now go to prism. A prism is a solid shape with flat sides and two parallel ends that are of the same shape. What that means is that, let me give you an example of it. So this is a prism. So a prism, the same thing with pyramid, we have the name of it to be determined by the base. So a prism, we have the same shape as the bottom and at the top. This is a prism. Likewise, this as well. This is also a prism because the bottom and the top are the same. All right. So this is a prism. So a cuboid is a prism. So what type of prism is rectangular prism? So let's now look at the prisms that we have. We're just going to look at some of them. So look at some of them. So we have triangular prism, we have square prism, we have pentagonal prism. Uh, so we'll be looking at the properties of what each and every one of these one now. So let's look at this. So let's start with okay. Let's start with the first one here, which is triangular prism. So for triangular prism, so triangular prism has how many faces? So we have one here, we have one below, then one, two, three. That's going to be five faces. Then how many vertices? One, two, three, four, five, six, six vertices. Then how many edges? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. Then nine edges. Can you see that? Then square prism, that is a cube. We have done that. We have done this one as well. Pentagonal. So pentagonal, we have how many faces? One at the top, one at the bottom. Then we then have one, two, three, four, five. So that's going to be seven faces. This one will be seven faces. Then how many edges? That will be one, two, three, four, five. Then one, two, three, four, five. That's going to be 15 edges. 15 edges because five at the top, five at the bottom, then five at the side. Then how many vertices? Five at the top, five at the bottom. That is 10 vertices. Is that clear? Then hexagonal faces will be one, two, then six beside. That's going to be eight faces. Eight faces. This one will be eight faces. Then how many edges? One, two, three, four, five, six. Six at the top, six at the bottom, six beside. That's going to be what? 18 edges. 18 edges. Then vertices, six at the top. That's going to be 12 vertices. 12 vertices. So octagonal. So octagonal will be how many faces? One, two. Then that is going to be 10 faces. How many edges? One, two, three, four, five. One, two, three. This is going to be 8 plus 8. That is 16 plus that's going to be 20. Let's look at this. Faces 10, then edges. So this is 8, 8 below, that's 16. 16, 16. Then another 8 beside, that's going to be 24. 24 edges. 24 edges. Then vertices will be 8 at the top, 8 at the bottom. That's going to be 16 vertices. So this trapezoid. So how many faces? One, two, three. One, two, three. One, two, three, four, five, six. So that's going to be six. One, two, one, two, one, two. Six faces. How many edges? One. How many? One, two, three, four. Four there again. Four again. That's going to be 12. 12 edges. Then vertices. One, two, three, four. One, two, three, four. That's going to be 8 vertices. I hope this is clear. So that is that on this one. So the next one here is a circle. So we want to look at the difference we have between uh, 2D shapes. Sorry. So we want to look at here 2D shapes versus 3D shapes. So from what you can see on the screen here, so what you're going to notice is that we have a sphere and we have a circle. They are not the same thing. They are not the same thing. So 2D shapes are flat surface, while 3D shapes has three dimensions: the length, the breadth, and the height. So if you look at the flat shapes you have there, So it has no length, it has no breadth, and it has no space whereby it can occupy something. It cannot occupy anything. If you pour water on it, it will go away. That's on that one. And I think that's that for today. That's all we have for today. Thank you very much for your time. So we're going to have a quiz under this one. Just go through the shapes again. I'll meet in our next video. Bye for now.